largest marketing, which is one of the largest marketing data research firms. And they talk about email marketing stats that we should know. I'm going to drop the link in there so you can really read all about it. But here's the one thing that stood out the most, and I'm a statistics person, but on email marketing, your ROI, if you don't know what that means, it's a return on investment, is 4,200%. That means for every $42 that you spend, that you have, you get $1 spent. So marketing and advertising emails are influence the buying decision of 50.7% of customers. Email marketing is mostly used by lead generation and 85% by sales. I'm going to go ahead and drop that article down in our chat box so you can kind of see how important email marketing is and tailoring it to your niche. We here at the Seniors Network like a lot of senior stats. So you'll probably hear me talk senior stats that you can put in some of these newsletters, which might be very helpful. Eve Hill is here. She does all of our Canva new flyers, newsletters, everything. And that newsletter that you guys are all here to learn is the exact newsletter that we are going to learn. She's going to show us how to do links. She's going to show us how to put a video in. She's going to show us how to do the boxes and to tailor them to what we want to say in it and what we want to put in it. And so by the end of this session, which in 45 minutes, you'll get it, I will also put a PDF in here. So you will be able to take it and put it on your desktop and follow along that way as well. But you'll be able to make a newsletter, and hopefully when you guys make a newsletter, you'll be able to drop it in our group, in our network group, to show us what you've done so we can all kind of get ideas from each other. All right, so Eve, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
And I can just go ahead and share my screen anytime, I guess. Yeah.
Donald, does she have screen sharing capabilities?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
There you go.
Okay, hi, my name is Eve Hill, and along with Heather Brooks, we started Customized Aging to offer education and resources to older adults to help them age in place. And as part of my involvement with Heather and the Seniors Network, I've been making these animated flyers in Canva. I also have some familiarity with newsletters. So hopefully this is information that you all can use, and it's fun to learn, we hope. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing the screen and go over to Canva. So can everybody hear me okay? Everything's going along fine? Okay, so first we're going to start with thinking about the template for a newsletter. So start off by searching for a newsletter template in templates. And for today, we decided we were going to be pretty simple. So we just used a school template. But there's 240 of those, but they have so many themes that you can choose from. And maybe you're familiar with this by just glancing at Canva. They even have like 44 templates for real estate newsletters. But for today, we chose a school template. It's very simple, and I have it loaded up here. And it's called the Yellow Bee Newsletter. And you can see that it's got 5 blocks on it. And so I thought this was good because we narrowed it down to sort of 5 categories of content that we're recommending for a simple newsletter. This is just a 1-page newsletter. You can make as many pages as you want. You can just do paragraphs and photos. You can do 2 columns. You can do 1 column. You can do whatever. But for this one, we just started simple. And so I wound up at the end with this, which still has the 5 blocks, but everything's been resized. And of course, I've changed all the content. So let's go over, if you have that handout or you don't have that handout, there's these 5 blocks.
I have dropped the handout in the chat box for everybody. I suggest that you go ahead and download it onto your desktop so you can have it for later, or you can open it up and you can reference and go back and forth. It just makes it much easier.
So along with the header, which says first grade news at this point, we came up with 5 categories, and that was the bio and the logo, and you can see below that some real estate data. Below that, some sort of giveaway and encouragement to sign up to add them to your email contact list. And then here on the right, there's this national article that's about, for this one is about an AARP survey, something real estate related. And then the 5th category would just be an article of choice where you would put something that would be interesting to the local market, some like local heroes or a business that's just gone out of business or something that survived, something that recipes, home decor, things like that. So to start out, we started out with these blocks, and I just started rewriting stuff and changing text and changing fonts and making it look different. And then I eventually wound up with this. So let's just go block by block. And then we'll start. What I'm going to do is we define the categories. Then I'm going to talk about how I loaded all the elements onto there. And then I'm going to talk about how to hyperlink all the elements. And then we're going to download it and we're going to put it into an email. And hopefully we can go through this and it's going to make sense. And if anybody has questions, Heather, you're monitoring and you're going to help me out. And if I go off track, you're going to keep me on track.
Yes. So let's make it really easy and simple. And let's start with the heading, how you started the heading, how you put those little Facebook, Twitter,
Right.
like, you know, the all of that,
Right.
just those little dot, like the little
Okay.
logos.
We'll start at the top. We'll start
And
at
then
the
we'll
top.
go down to the bios and the blocks.
So we're starting at the top, and this is just a rectangle that I put in the background, and I went into elements where I got all the everything, and you can put in blocks, or you can design it with textures in the background, or you can upload it with a photo in the background, or you can insert whatever you want. This, I just put in a very basic graphic logo just to show you to put a logo. And to make it kind of look like a newspaper, I put in these 2 straight lines. And those are also very easy to find in elements. You can look and see lines and shapes. And there's a straight line, and you can make it do whatever you want. So I put in those 2 straight lines. I put in something cute that says volume 1, number 1, and I named it Happy Homes Newsletter. I'm sure everybody has their specific name, and put that there. And all these social icons that I put in, you just look in elements again, and you can type in Facebook logo.
Now, here's the great part about putting those logos up there. When we're done with this face of the newsletter, she's going to show you how to link those to your social media site. It's very easy. So now that you see those little things, you know how to do that. We're going to start in with each one of these boxes. She's just going to go over how she made the box. She's not going to show you the links to it at this moment. We're going to show you that all at once at the end. It just makes it easier. So if you're following along on your sheet, that's what she's doing.
So you can see that I changed the shape of all these blocks before, but you can do whatever you want with them. And this first category is the bio or the logo. So I just retyped bio logo, and you can change, you know, the color. You can change whatever you're saying. Who am I? And then to get my photo in here, I've uploaded it in my uploads, images. I have a whole bunch of fancy photos in here, and I chose that one of me, and I just clicked it and I dragged it in there. And then, like Heather said, I hyperlinked it, but we'll do that in a second. And I think I should probably make this bigger so you can see it. So I just put in, that's going to link to my company website, your company website. And if you don't, if you want to, if you've got other ideas for articles, you can just put your photo and your logo and your bio up in the header too. And I'm going to position it in the forward. So, you know, that's up to you if you want to use this space for maybe upcoming events or a local calendar or promoting whatever you want. So that's that one. And so this one is, the next block is the real estate data block, which I think is very entertaining for most people and eye-catching. So one of the subjects would be, what's my home worth in your market? And you can make customized graphs. And how you do it is by going again into elements, and you can type in, if you want a bar chart or a pie chart. They call it a pie graph. So if you started with a pie graph, you could see all these here. Like that would be the pie graph, and it comes in like that. But if you want a bar chart, you could have started with a pie graph, or you can change it back and forth. There's a pie chart. There's another kind of chart.
So show us how you got those numbers and how we can tailor it. Actually, I'm going to tell you guys how you can tailor it. Let her tell you how she puts the numbers in there and the way it looks.
I just double clicked on the graph and it opens up this table, and I put in age numbers and figures. But you know, if you want to put in, if I want to put in pizza for favorite food, and 19 people out of 100 chose pizza, and other people chose you know, noodles, then it's going to change it. See, all those noodles. They like the
So
noodles.
as you see, you can tailor it to any market, to anything that you want to do. Here's my suggestion. In the senior market, people love to see graphs. They love to see numbers. You can go into your own MLSs and pull special data in these neighborhoods and give them very specific. You can you can make it look like anything you would want it to look like, and you can make it move. So just think about those types of graphs. You can get anything off of ARP. Statista
Your MLS, right?
amazing. Yeah, the MLS gets personal in your area. However, you want stuff that's United States or worldwide or other ones. Statista has great graphs. AARP, because you can always do aging in place. Senior living, a bunch of other ones. Janice said, can you import an Excel spreadsheet, an Excel graph?
See, now that's a great, as they say, that's a great question. Can you import an Excel graph? Now let's make a note of that. If we have time at the end, we can look that up, because I do not at present know the answer to that question.
I would assume if you know the end result of your Excel graph, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to put that data physically in here. Maybe not import it, but definitely put the numbers yourself.
Yeah, well, we'll see if we have time at the end. I mean, I can open an Excel document and I can cut and paste and see if it works, but we'll keep, should I do that now or should I keep moving?
No, Keep going. Keep going. Giveaway coupon.
Giveaway coupon. So
everybody loves giveaway.
So you want 10% off the local pizza joint, or you want a free consultation, or you want our guide, then you have, click to subscribe. And of course, back in Elements, you can just type in subscribe button. And there you go. Let's choose one. And there it is. So yeah, okay. So it can be anything, any of these, or, you can certainly even whatever you want. That's a nice button right there. Anyway, so we'll hyperlink that in a minute. So we're going up to the wonderful national article, which, could get a lot of attention. And I chose the 2021 AARP survey, and I paraphrased the article in a couple of paragraphs here. And then I put the link to the actual article below. And, just because of part of our customized aging, what we do, we make videos. I made a video about this. So I plunked that in there, and it's a video that we have on our YouTube site. And then I put a little play now button on top of it, which I also found in the Elements. So people will know that they can click and play it when it goes to the hyperlink in the email. So we have one more block to go over, which is the article of choice, which is fun. Something you wrote, something somebody else wrote, recipes, home decor, something you can just do a teaser down here. And then you have this read more button that you can add. If there's an article that you found that you want to share with people and you want to sort of tease it and say, look, AARP and Lowe's join for aging place, read more, and local resources. Okay, so we're going to hyperlink that to that article. So now I've gone through all the categories, all the blocks, how I loaded the elements. Are there any specific questions about loading elements before I go on to hyperlinks?
I'm waiting for somebody to chime in. Kelly, actually, thank you, Kelly, said about that import on Excel spreadsheet or Excel graph. She said, make the graph a JPEG and you can upload it. So that's one way of doing it, a workaround. Yes, that is.
But then you wouldn't be able to make it into the customized pie graph.
Right, correct. It's just a picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the whole point of the customized graph, is to make it exactly what you're trying to get across, whatever numbers you want them to know about. So why don't you show us how to link all this? Let's start with one of the ones up at the bar, like our Facebook or one of TikTok or one of those, and show them how to link that, and we'll work our way down.
Linking is basically the same. So by the time we're done, I'm just going to do one of these. You'll see you have this link chain icon available for you. And I've preloaded these, but so it'll be blank. And you find your Facebook link, which you will have, and you paste it in there and you hit enter, and all of a sudden it'll be linked. And it's the same
for the people who are like, what does it mean by just uploading the link? If you physically go into your Facebook page and you go up to the top bar and you copy that, turn it blue and copy it, paste it, come here. And that's where you put that whole long letter and numbers that's up there on Facebook.
Yeah,
You're going to put it into that bar.
Since I don't want to take, I won't do this one, your company website, you probably definitely want to link. So I will click on the link icon here and let's pretend that I don't have it preloaded. So I'll go to my website, which is, I would think, will come up pretty fast. And then I just copy that and go back, enter it in, enter, and that'll be hyperlinked there. Then going down to the subscribe button, we want to hyperlink it to my email. So I've preloaded my email on there. It says customizedaging@gmail.com. And that's what I paste in there. And then it'll open up and the person will be able to send an email directly from that link. And this video, which will play as a video, it won't allow me to hyperlink it directly, which is why I put this play video icon on top of it. So if you load in a video, you might not be able to hyperlink the video, but you'll be able to hyperlink this little icon. So you can go there, and our YouTube link, which I preloaded, I'll show you about. That's if you want to, you can find your, if you have YouTube videos of yourself that you want to load, you can find them in your manage videos screen, and you can copy the link right from there. And then you put it into your play video button and that'll be linked. And then the read more one.
Before you do that, can you go back to the YouTube and what you wrote on here? Because I want to show people, you don't have to recreate the wheel here. What we did was we took what we wrote in the description of our videos.
Oh, I see what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you look at our videos and you look at the description of this specific video content, we took we copied and pasted it and put it in that newsletter. So we are not recreating more content or more wording. Do the wording for one thing and copy it for all the rest. So you don't have to recreate it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be long. That's the thing. I mean, I did have to paraphrase an article that I read. I did have to take the time to read an article and write a couple paragraphs. But after that, then you can just link to the article itself, or you can quote the article. You don't have to rewrite the whole thing and do all the research yourself. Is that clear? Okay, so this one, which we want to tease this in a fun way. It doesn't look fun there, but it would. AARP and Lowe's join forces for aging in place, read more. And I've linked that to the article that I found online, which is similar to the survey article, but I didn't have to write any of this one. And so that's where it's going to go. And you can preview it. I think it lets you preview. Go to the link and see if it's the right one. And there it is. So that'll be hyperlinked. So I think we might actually be ready to do a downloading instructional. Do you think?
Yes, because Tina Armstrong just said, how do you test the links to make sure they work? Well, one, just quickly go back to show her really fast how you can test them when you put the link in.
So here it says, remove or go to link. Every time after you insert it, you can test it. There's that. So and so if I click on this that I did this one for, whoops, no, it's not that big. It's not big enough.
Now just remember, even though we have a link attached to that video isn't actually playing on that newsletter. You have to clip a picture in there, right?
Well, I did. I mean, that video is in there, but it's not going to be clickable until someone clicks on the hyperlink.
Right.
So in order to, what we're going to do now, we're not going to use an integrated system of like MailChimp or Constant Contact or KV Core, because there's so many different ones. We're focusing on how do I do this just down and dirty and send it through an email to whoever I want from me. So in order to do that, we're going to have to download it twice for different reasons. We want someone to open up their email to see our newsletter as a beautiful picture, just like this. So we want to download it first as a beautiful picture, as a PNG file. PNG, everybody is familiar with a PNG file. The PNG file is going to look great, but it's not going to have the hyperlinks in it. So we're going to download the PNG, and then we're going to download it as a PDF, which has the hyperlinks, and we're going to merge them. So
can you show us on your screen, because we can't see it, what you're doing?
I'm describing it, and now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is download as a PNG file. So it's I'm going to go up here to high quality image, PNG, and I'm going to download it onto my computer so I can just slide it into Gmail. So I download it and it automatically goes into my downloads. I have to move you guys up here. I don't know why I'm doing it. Shoot. Okay. How do I move that black bar where I see everybody so I can get to my?
You drag it, pull the black top of the bar and drag it over to the side, up to the top. Or
Trying to. Yeah, well, I'll figure it out. Okay, so I've downloaded that on. Shoot, how come I can't? Oh, I'm moving you guys. Great, thank you.
I like that view better. It's much bigger for us.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, so I've downloaded the PNG to my device. Now I'm going to download the PDF, which has the hyperlinks embedded directly into my Google Drive, because I have to put it into the cloud so I can create a shareable link. So I'm going to download as a PDF standard. Oh, wait.
For anybody who didn't see that, there's these 3 dots at the corner up there. That is a drop-down bar for so many things. You can download anything into your Google Drive. If you have MailChimp, you can do MailChimp. There's so much you can do in this drop-down menu. We like the freebie, so we're going to go through our Gmail, and that's what she's showing you. But when she said she's got to go into the Google Drive, you can go right from your Google Drive to here.
Okay, so when I downloaded the PNG, I downloaded it onto my device so I can drag it in directly into my email. And when I download it as a PDF, I have to put it in the iCloud so I can create a link for it. So I can download it directly from Canva into my Google Drive. I don't have to do it onto my device. I can go right into my Google Drive. And then I'm going to go into my file where I have tutorial Canva. And I'm going to download it as a PDF. So it has the hyperlinks in it. Now we play the Jeopardy music. Okay. And now I go to my drive and I hope it's there. And there's my newsletter for Tuesday, December 14th PDF. So this is, I'm going to create a shareable link for this. But first, if you don't want it to be called, this name is going to appear on your email, the name of your file. So if you want to name it something else like Happy Homes Newsletter, you'd want to rename it here. Okay, so now we're going to create that shareable link. So we're going to right click on that file and we're going to click share. Now defaults to restricted for me, but we want it to be for anybody. Anyone with the link can read this. So we're going to copy the link. So now we've got the link to the PDF with the hyperlinks in our clipboard. And we're going to go finally, and we're going to mail this thing. First, I have to move you guys over again. Okay, compose, make it bigger. And then because I've saved this right into my downloads, it's right here and I can drag it in. I just drag it in. See the drag, there it is. And it looks really good, but it's not hyperlinked to anything. So that's why I have the PDF in the clipboard. So highlight this whole thing by hitting Control A or Command A. And then hit the link, and that's where you're going to put in your PDF. And again, we don't want that text to display. We want to put, let's see what happens. We'll put Happy Homes Newsletter here too. And you know it's correctly linked if it has this text up here. So to what URL should this link go? The copied link for a PDF, and then paste. Okay. So now it's done.
So do me a favor and just step back before we send this, because I think there's some of us that are confused at why is it that you have to download it twice?
Right.
Just go back to that step. Just
definitely. That's kind of the workaround part of this, because it's going through Gmail, which is not initially set up to be the supreme integrated email marketing system. So a PDF is the one that does have all the hyperlinks. However, a PDF can't be dragged visually like a photo into your email. So if you only had a PDF, you would have a hyperlinked document that would show up to your recipient as an attachment. So they would have to go, oh, I have to click this attachment and click the attachment to read your newsletter, which is possible, but it's an extra step. This, if you embed the PNG photo with the PDF links, then it looks pretty and they can click to hyperlinks.
So think of it like a sandwich. Really, I mean, you basically have your piece of bread, which is your PNG, your newsletters, the middle part of it. But you've got your PNG, which is the pretty picture. You've got your middle part, which is the meat of your sandwiches, your newsletter, and then you've got the video part that's going to sandwich all three together so people can look at it. Is that kind of a right way of describing it? No,
Not for me. What kind of sandwich is that? I look at it as the PNG is the photo, you know, it's pretty and it's a way to make it look pretty, and the PDF is what makes it clickable. So you have to merge them. Should I do
Okay,
it again?
so let's email this out to yourself and
So
let's
I'm
see
going to
if
do
it
a test
works.
email to. Should I want to do a test email to you too? I'll do a test email to you too.
Just you to, okay, you can do it. Okay.
And if anybody's been following along, please feel free to do a test email to yourselves. But I understand if you're not following along. So here's the test newsletter. And it came in with test newsletter. I don't see that Happy Homes. Let's see, if we scroll down to the attach, it comes also as an attachment. And so we named it Happy Homes. So they get both. They get this pretty picture and they go, oh, that's pretty. I want to read that newsletter. So they click on it and they get the entire newsletter, no matter where they clicked. And if they want to see the video first, they click on the video. And there it is. So that's good. And if they want to see my company website, they click over here and they see that. So all these links are working and I think that's good. And if they want to read more about this article, they click there and they read more about the article. So is there something in this one? I don't know if you can see where this goes. This goes to an email. Do you see the Outlook thing for the email? No. Okay, well, that goes to the email address. So that's basically how you would put a very basic 5-category, 1-page newsletter together. And are there more questions and more stuff to go over? Should we look into the Excel issue or any other issues?
So Excel is just an image. You're bringing in an image. You can't
Is that right?
bring in, yeah, you can't bring in an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay.
From what I researched while you were talking.
Oh, okay. Well, if you did it, then
You
I
have to
must
take a
understand.
snapshot of it and create an image, as somebody mentioned, bring it in as a JPEG and then
Mhm.
incorporate it that way.
Okay. Okay, well, then that means that it doesn't really, because you can do that with anything. You can take a picture of anything.
Right.
So that doesn't make Canva very special for that. The
No.
other thing, the other thing about.
Hold on one second. The KV core integration, that's something you're going to have to look at. There is so much integration going on with this one specific app. It is amazing. You can upload it to so many things.
Yeah, because you can see, LinkedIn
Yeah.
profile.
However,
Slack.
remember if you send it out from Canva through this Gmail or whatever it is, it comes out as the word Canva. So it looks like they're getting a message from Canva, not you personally, because we did try that.
Yeah.
Can you upload it to your Facebook page? Well, I'm going to test something out with you guys right now. So I just downloaded this PDF newsletter and I'm going to put it in the box. I want somebody to open it and just let me know if you can click on those links that are in that PDF and if it works for you. And I guess, could you do it to Facebook?
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole, I haven't done it because I like to send things from myself. Oh, Amy is saying, yes, you can upload to Facebook. Yeah, it's right there. Facebook.
So you can integrate your newsletter to all your, wherever. I mean, look at all this, everything. They hit a lot of social media sites. Okay, paid. We're talking about paid version versus free version. There's a lot of great stuff on free version. There really is. The paid version, however, has even better stuff. and there's more things that you're able to do. One of the things that we do want to tell you that with the paid version in Canva, you can remove backgrounds. However, we have found removal backgrounds for free that you can do that work just as well. That's one of the paid version things that we found on Canva. So Remove BG is a free version of removing backgrounds on things. So if you want a house and you don't like, if you saw our last Canva tutorial, we took out a horrible sky in a house that we found, and we put in moving pretty clouds. And so it's just one of those free websites because we like free. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, I mean, the Canva paid version has a lot more videos and pictures and wonderful things like that, but removing the background was the premier part about it that I liked. And you can go to this site, remove.bg, and it actually does it for free. You really don't have to pay a dime. So that's an extra step that has to take you out of Canva, and then you have to save it and upload it into Canva, but it works. So the two things about Canva that are big are the background remover and the extensive library of elements and shapes and frames. You know, we could talk about frames. We could talk about what do we want to talk about? We could talk about how the text boxes that I have here.
So before we do that, I just want to see, is there anybody, somebody was talking about MailChimp. I'm trying to go back. Does it compare to MailChimp? This actually, can you want to show them how this goes to MailChimp? So you can create all your newsletters here and go right into MailChimp.
You know, theoretically, you can create all your newsletters here and go right into MailChimp. I only just started looking into MailChimp, and I saw that it saved it as a photo, and it didn't have the hyperlink. So that was disappointing, but I haven't looked into it enough to know that that's always the way it's going to be. I know that things like MailChimp and Constant Contact do everything all by themselves. You can hyperlink extremely easily and make newsletters extremely easily in MailChimp and Constant Contact. I don't know about KV Core, but if you want to make things like these, I don't know that if they make these custom pie charts. I don't know if they have this extensive design capabilities, but I do know the hyperlinking is really easy in MailChimp.
So would you say that this newsletter that you did did you do mostly by free version or paid version?
This is all free. And even if
Tina Armstrong, there's your answer.
Yeah, even if I happen to use a graphic here that's not free, there's plenty that are free that look just like it. So
it doesn't look like KV Core. You can send it over to KV Core in any way, because Zapier doesn't have a zap over. It looks like Canva doesn't have anything as far as being able to bring it over to KV Core.
It doesn't have a KV Core option, not specific.
So by the way, Janice, thank you so much. Janice said, I used MailChimp and hyperlinks, worked great, and loaded the files into my Dropbox account for viewing. Love the statistics on click-through and opens. There you go. Always learning something new.
Okay, so it does. So there is a way to integrate it with hyperlinks automatically in MailChimp. Is that what she's saying?
Yes, that's what she uses it for. She used MailChimp and yes.
I used to get about a 26% open and about a 10% click through. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's actually kind of probably double. You know. That's pretty good.
And once again, the statistics of email marketing, I had dropped the link all the way at the top. If you haven't seen it, you can scroll up and it can show you that it does pay off. If you're consistent and you give them what they want to read, they're gonna click through. And when you see the word free, who doesn't want to click on something? I mean, it grabs all of our attentions, and especially if you have free in the community or you're highlighting something in your community is great. Restaurants that have great deals, maybe, you know, putting a great deal up there, they're going to click on it, and that click is going to get them right to your wherever you want them to go. But they're going to click on it because they see the word free or they see some kind of special. They want to know more about the special, and now you've pulled them in. Now they're going to read the rest of it.
I just clicked on this for fun because it's a real estate newsletter and I had some blogs, and I just wanted to mention most of these are 2 pages, but you know, who needs 2 pages? but they have a similar thing, they have different categories, new in town, things like that. So you can go crazy.
Oh, okay. So Janice, that's a great question about what else to use Canva for. But before that, I'm going to go one up. Amy Roberts, is there a way to track what they click on? Evidently, Janice said that you can find the statistics on it in the above comment. But Janice said, what else do you use Canva for? So Eve, can you please go to the library and show them all the Canva stuff that we've done? We do TikTok videos, we do Facebook posts, we do Instagram posts, we do pretty much everything in Canva. Obviously the paid version, but we definitely do almost everything in Canva. Every flyer that you see in the Seniors Network is done in Canva. This is a TikTok I just did. I think I got over 500 reviews on this TikTok. And it was all done, as you can see, in Canva.
There's all different types of communities.
Yeah,
See,
this one was done in Canva. Canva is pretty good. It's not as good as a supreme video editing thing, because you have to kind of, feel out where you want to cut things. You kind of have to test it back and forth a little bit and get it right. But you can make it happen, and you can use dissolves to make the transitions work better. And you
so
can
show
you
them
can
some of
see-
the
you can
flyers
insert
that you made.
different videos side by side. And
Show them some of the
here's
flyers.
coming up on 4 videos at one time, all going at one time, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so we use it for those kinds of things, and for all these animated flyers. And I think, it's really fun. You can make little movies, and they have, because they have so many free videos, I wanted to find something where a senior was getting really excited about something on a phone. And so I typed in, elements, and I looked up for senior surprised or something like that. And as a video, and you get all these choices. Well, the graphics look better. See, look, so this one came up, and it was kind of perfect.
Seniors, stay connected for free. If you're a senior with hearing loss, you can get a free caption phone.
Anyway, so that was that one.
So as you can hear, she inlaid, like we inlaid the senior stay connected for free. And then she did her voice recording, slipped her voice recording on top of that, all in Canva.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
really, all in Canva. Yes, paid version for a lot of it. However, when you talk about Canva, it has such an array of things to be able to do in it and work, and it's easy. Once you understand the tools and what it has, it's very easy to do. Amy, we'll talk to you about that later, because it's going to be a little while for that. It's going to take a process.
Anyway,
but yeah, so as you can see, show them what you did there so they can see how easy.
This is a little strange, but you can put your video into a shape, any shape you want, and those are called frames. So if you frames, come on here. So you can put your face into anything, put it in the frame, uploads, videos, and something here. And then it goes in there somewhere. Where is it? Oh, it's getting ready. See, there it is.
And you have to use that word frame and those frames in order to put a video inside of something on Canva.
You can put it in by itself, but this is
what?
You can put it in by itself, but this makes it look better, and you can have all these choices. If you want to make it look like you're talking from a mobile phone, then you find a mobile phone shape and you put it in there. And here you can make yourself look like a postage stamp with a postage stamp frame. Anyway, that's why I spend a lot of time on Canva. So what else can we cover? Did anybody come in with other questions specifically about how newsletters work or content or anything?
Anybody?
Oh, how do you do voiceover?
Well, I wasn't sure if that took a little while. So
which the voiceover?
The voiceover.
Well, my voice memo app on my iPhone is where I record a lot of my voiceover. But And then you record the voice memo, you save it to your files or the cloud or wherever, and you upload it into Canva as an audio. So it's an audio file. I also have something called a VLC player. Does anybody know what a VLC player is? And that's a VLC player can convert files. It can use it to convert files for YouTube, and you can use it to extract audio from a video. So sometimes I use a VLC player for extracting audio. And then once you extract the audio again, you can upload it to Canva. Does that make sense?
So Eve, what is your voice memo app you have?
Oh, it just came with my iPhone.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Let me see. Where is it?
If you go into your iPhone, most of our phones, and you just find a voice recording, it'll be able to record your voice, a memo.
That's the
Is
one
there
I-
any more questions? We still have about, gosh,
Can't believe we
look how
got
much
through this.
covered. Okay, all smartphones have them. So yes, thank you.
And
All
I
smartphones.
I would be pretty confident that there's an app that if you looked up an app for voice memo, or, there'd be plenty.
Yeah. So as you can see, Canva does a lot. One of our last classes, we did business cards and QR codes. One of the things that's really great is you can actually make this flyer. You could put a QR code on the flyer, and people could just scan the QR code on the flyer, and then the
That's
flyer
true.
pops up on the phone.
That's true. You want to try and do that?
Do that. And
Is
so
that-
everybody can scan that QR code from their own phone.
Yeah, I'm going to try and do that. I haven't prepared this. I have to do this from memory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this as a website. So let's see.
Right there, up top.
You see it?
Yeah, up top to
download.
the left, download, right there.
But I think I need to find it from this menu. If you see it, there it is. Download as a website. Okay, open website. So then I copied that website URL, and now I'm going to scroll down to where it says, I can't see QR code. Where is it? Where's QR code? Scroll down here until you see QR code and click that. And then you're going to get the URL that you just downloaded as a website and paste it in, generate the code. Okay, great. And then, so there's a QR code for your website, right? So yes, you could download this as a PNG or download it to, onto your phone. And
If any one of you were able to scan that QR code right now, you would get this
oh, it worked already?
already.
You
And
did it
go
right from your
ahead
screen.
and I'm gonna just try clicking on things. Yeah, and go ahead and click on the links, and the links work. So there's your QR code. It works. You don't even have to, I mean, you can download it with the PNG, but by the way, that QR code done.
That's great. Okay, is that clear? You download it as a website. It gives you a URL for a website. You click QR code on your dashboard. It generates the code, and all of a sudden, and the weird thing is probably, Heather, when you showed your phone onto that screen, the image that you saw had a QR code on it. Is that correct? What I'm saying is that it sort of instantly syncs. So even if you haven't saved it again or exited it out, you put it into Canva and it syncs. Is it on there? Not yet. Ah, I'm wrong. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what happens.
You can send it to people. There's a way to send it to people, but it works. Okay, so Eve, rather
there
than
it
a
is, see?
PDF, Judith said,
It's a QR
rather
code
than a
on it now.
PDF, can you hear me, Eve?
Yes,
Okay, Judith said, rather than a PDF file to attach to email, you could then just hyperlink a website to the PNG picture in the email, right?
you could hyperlink the, yes, let's see if the links work with that. And excuse me, because the sound is going to come on automatically. Sorry. So let's see if it's hyperlinked. Let's see. Yes, very good. Yeah. So yes, you could just save it as a website. That's correct. And you could, let's see if you can hyperlink it in an email. Just didn't download it.
How about favorite articles that people are finding are getting a lot of click-throughs?
Sorry.
Judith said
Maybe
it's
articles that are
sorry.
articles that are getting a lot of click-throughs.
I don't have statistics on articles. I'm
That'd be
not sure.
something as a group would be kind of fun to do.
I agree. There's a lot of great content. If you are working the senior market, there is so much content out there. It's almost overwhelming when it comes to statistics, graphs, and numbers. When you think about this, the statistics from AARP, just in the United States alone, just AARP says this. They say that there's 10,000 people turning 65 a day. If you took that and put that into how many seconds it is to how many people are turning 65, it comes out to 8.4 or 8.5 seconds. So every 8.5 seconds, someone's turning 65.
I know I did it wrong. Hang on.
It's just that marketing and that areas is a great place to start with information, because that's your home ownership. It's a huge market and a huge demographics of home ownership. And most of them own their homes outright. When you talk statistically across the United States, only 10% of the homes in the US are ready to age in place.
That's correct. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it works. Let's see.
So as far as
works.
things,
It works.
as far as things that people want, as far as statistics, it's always been more profitable for me to take a subdivision, figure out what the square footage is, the styles of homes, whatever makes it unique, golf course homes, swimming pool homes, whatever it is, and start doing statistics on how many of those sold and what is the price per square foot, et cetera, all those stats that you normally do for homes. And you could easily do it in something like this if you could get people to what I call subscribe to a newsletter. And so that could be a paid Facebook ad directed at that subdivision.
That's a great idea. That is, and please chime in because it's open. I mean, it's open to everybody.
Should I stop my share here?
Yeah, go for it. Anybody want to chime in? Anybody want to talk? We'd love to hear feedback, other things that you guys want to see or learn. We're always open.
Yeah, one of the key things is consistency. So whether it's a newsletter, whether it's a video, whatever it is that you do, make sure you're consistent with it. If you're going to do a newsletter, do it whenever it's convenient for you, once a week, once a month, every other week, whatever works best for you, and just stick with that plan. Make it newsletter Monday or newsletter Wednesday or whatever works best for you. Just be consistent with it. That's the key with anything you do marketing wise, is consistency.
Tina said, can you create and then save your own design as a template to stay with your brand so you don't have to recreate? Yes.
Yes.
It is imperative to stick to the same, because nobody wants to see newsletters all over because they don't know what to expect. If they have that same newsletter, they know what to expect. They know they're going to get a free something. They know that they're going to get a blah, blah, blah. They're going to get information on such and such. So you should really stick to a certain style and scheme and see what works. And then maybe in a few months, change it around and put something else and see if the click rate on that gets, something more going. You're going to have to play around with it, but statistically newsletters work. That information works. People want it. People like it. But they want to, how do you get it to them? If you're not going to email it to them, yes, put it out on Facebook, LinkedIn. We know LinkedIn is a huge, huge place for us to reach out to different, people. There's so many Instagram. I mean, there's so many places you could be putting it where when they click on it, maybe they can go somewhere. I think it's a great, Canva's a great tool. I don't work for them. I don't get anything from them. I'm just saying that it's got great templates. It's very easy to use. It's like Canva for dum-dums.
Also Canva, as we know, Heather, you can work on it at the same time as somebody else is working on it. You can be in the same design at the same time, playing around together, saying, no, do this. Okay, let's bring it up there. And it's just, you're in the same room, even if you're not. So that's good. And the other thing is, even if you don't save anything as a template, you can, control all or command all on your design, and you can have 2 tabs open and just copy one onto the next. So,
but everything that you design stays and is saved in Canva.
sure.
So you just download that one template that you did for that one thing, and you download it to your computer and save it. And then you just, the next week you make a new flyer, but don't go recreating stuff. If you're putting something out there on your social media, put that in your newsletter. Like, why create more work for yourself? You want to, pardon me?
It still takes time. Because, it's not automatic, obviously, from taking it from YouTube to Canva to Instagram.
Yeah, but you're not recreating more content to like, oh my God, now what do I have to put on Canva? What do I have to put on my newsletter? At least you've put something out, and now you can take that and you can put it on 4 different outlets. It doesn't just sit on one.
So I just put a link in the chat that's geared Canva around real estate. So if you're going to use it for real estate purposes, it's a great resource to go look at. And Canva created this for real estate agents. So take a peek at it.
What's it got?
See how it works for you.
Well, we're nearing the end of the time here. It's kind of at 4:55. We're going to wrap it up. Is there any questions or anything? Anybody that just dropped in the middle of this? Yes, this is recorded. It will be in the Facebook group, workplace group, and on YouTube in the Seniors Network group tomorrow. Donald Maycott will make sure to put it in there. So you will be able to view it, rewind, do whatever you guys need to do to see it again in case you missed something. We also had that PDF at the beginning. So if you didn't get that, Donald will make sure that you get that when we put the video up. Beginning of January, what were the dates again, Donald? I forgot.
Yeah, I think Laura, we're doing the SRES training. Is it January 12th and 13th? Is that right?
Okay. Well, yes. Yes. Okay. So if anybody's looking to get certified SRES, we will be offering a class from NAR. We want to wish everybody a happy holidays and a new year from the Seniors Network. Myself, Donald, Debbie, and Laura really appreciate everybody coming and joining us on this weekly journey that we're taking through the senior market and all of the senior communities across actually the world, because we actually work with everybody. And we've had people from all over come and talk about what goes on in other countries. So it's nice. And we'll have more countries come in and talk to us next year about the senior market where they are as well. Donald and Laura and Debbie, is there anything you guys want to say?
So the next mastermind will be January 4th, 7
Yes.
p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, come back and see us.
And if anybody has questions after this, if it comes to you, you can feel free to email me at customizedaging@gmail.com. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you learned something. I hope you had a good time. Thank you.
And I would appreciate it if you guys email me any suggestions. I need suggestions on classes of things that you guys want to learn within the senior market. Please, please, please let me know, because I will get them to come. I have a way of getting people to, come in and do things for us. So we would really appreciate suggestions. Another one we are working on is a CAPS designation course for next year. So if you don't know what CAPS is, it's Certified Aging in Place Specialist. So that's a big one. So that's another thing. It's a nationwide certification. So we're going to work with National Association of Home Builders and getting somebody to come in and do a certification course. Lots of stuff coming up in 2022. We appreciate everyone joining us. Thank you.